What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about my Losi 8T RTR. I'm going to go into a little more in depth about what's in the truck now that I've had a couple times to drive it. It's broken in. I've had a couple power runs on it, so I'm pretty sure that I can share a little bit more knowledge than when I first took it out of the box. So let's get started. Number one, out of the box, this truck comes with everything you're going to need to run. The only thing you're going to need to get this thing going would be nitro fuel of your choice and a glow igniter. I've already completed the braking on this truck. As I said before, when I break my nitros in, I break them in on Traxxas Top Fuel. That's just the fuel I've always broken my nitros in on. I don't run my vehicles on that. This truck is now going to be drinking a healthy diet of Byron's 3011. That's what this vehicle is going to be drinking from that one, and what have you. So, the tires, I will say, out of the box, they are a soft, not too soft, they're a semi-firm, semi-soft compound, semi-sticky. They have overall good tread, good bite. On grass, they do slip quite a bit, but again, for an RTR tire, very happy with it. The spring rate on this truck, I will say I'm a little upset about. To me, the springs are just a little too soft. I mean, they seem like they're doing okay, but I have the preloads all the way down on this. Is it drivable? Does it handle good? Absolutely. The shock oil isn't bad. I'm actually quite happy with the shock oil that they gave the truck with. Could it be tuned a little bit better? It could. The center diff oil, when you're running it on the street, it's not terrible. But again, this engine doesn't develop enough power to really pizza cut the tires and transfer all that energy to the front. On grass, you will notice a little bit more of power being driven to the front, because if you drive it on the street and then you drive it on the grass, you will hear the engine revving a little higher, because now it's really starting. It's basically slipping. It's putting all the power to the front. I am going to be thickening up the diff oil in the center. I just haven't decided what oil I'm going to run. Performance, I'm actually pretty pleased with this thing. Being a Truggy with a single speed transmission, it actually has some fairly decent top speed. Very happy with it. The handling out of the box for an RTR is quite good. The steering servo is a little bit weak, but being an RTR, it's not terrible. Now, the reason why I went with the RTR versus the 4.0 is, number one, price point. Number two, I'm not a competitive racer in 8th scale, and I have no desire to be a competitive racer. I enjoy just beating the crap out of this in my backyard, and I have fun doing it. Now, price point. This is $399 as an RTR. The only thing you need to provide to this vehicle is fuel and a glow igniter. The 4.0 is $499. Now, it doesn't sound like it's that much difference. It's only $100. But with the 4.0, you have to provide an engine, a pipe, steering and throttle servo, a receiver battery, wheels, tires, a controller of your choice, unless you already have one, which obviously you probably would if you're buying a vehicle like that. In that case, you would just buy a corresponding receiver that goes with your radio of choice. Now, it seems like an awful lot, because without even specking out a high, like a crazy engine or pipe or things like that, just a normal, say like an LRP 28 or even LRP 32, I mean, you could easily spec a 4.0 for just over $1,000. That's without even going crazy with things like that. Now, I will say one thing. Out of the box, you are going to get much better, higher quality parts than you will ever see in this RTR. You're going to get way better shock towers. You're going to get aluminum big bore shocks. You're going to get adjustable turnbuckles. everything is going to be better. With this being an RTR, there is no adjustable turnbuckles. They're solid links, front for the front camber, rear camber, and the toe links. You have slight adjustability in your camber mounting positions on both the shock tower and on the knuckles, but there is some adjustability, but you don't have fine adjustments with adjustable turnbuckles. One thing I will say, being to be able to drive this thing, I have had fun. It is a ball. Why I've never had an 8 scale truggy before is beyond me. Of all the nitros I've had before, they were pretty much all Mosh trucks. A couple of them were touring cars, and I've had my share of nitro stadium trucks. This by far is without question my favorite platform of nitro now. It is so rewarding to drive. It's so refreshing. It handles. It can go over almost any obstacle. This thing jumps super, super level. It is so controllable in the air. It's an absolute pleasure to drive. It really got my attention. Now, do I plan on modifying this in the future? Probably. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. For now, it's going to stay the way it is. I have no complaints. I have no regrets about this truck. Absolutely love it. I'm sure if I had a 4.0, would I have liked the 4.0 better? Absolutely. But for what I was looking to, I figured I can start with the RTR and we'll go from there. So, we got a couple other things to talk about, so let's get on those. There's a box here now. We're going to show you what's inside. So you'll have to excuse my voice. I'm getting a cold again. It sucks. Time of the year. So let's pop this baby open. I think those will go good with the RTR. I think they'll look nice against it. Yeah. But this is that without in case you can't tell, these are Badlands. Not too bad. Very happy with this. So we're going to get these mounted up and we're going to see what they look like. So give me a minute. We'll get these all mounted up. Way better looking. I think that looks awesome. And I think it looks much better than just the white with the spikes. Definitely gives it some character. You got some great off-road traction, without question. Again, I think this looks amazing. I think it totally transforms the look of it. Absolutely. It looks like it should now. So obviously these will not be my primary running tires. These are still going to be the primary runnings. So, I mean, these will be for every day. I mean, they have a pretty good tread life on them. So, with that said, I hope you guys liked the video. I know it was kind of like mixed up of like different things. I still want to talk about that DX5C that I haven't gotten around to yet. So, with that said, we'll see a couple other different things. And once I get some more driving of the 8 RTR, I'll give you a more in-depth review of how I think of it, and we'll go from there. Until then, later guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.